Hi, my name is Jimmy Kaika and I'm the founder and CEO of Zambian Arts Publications. At Zambian Arts Publications, we publish, market, and distribute books written by Zambian authors and also those authors from other different countries. But apart from that, or rather the main reason why I'm making this video is because I'm a 2024 Mandela Washington Fellow. And I've seen that the application process for the Mandela Washington Fellowship 2025 has opened. I thought, well, it's best if I made a video and get my insights. So here are my tips for the application of the Mandela Washington Fellowship. The first tip is for the biography application. Try to be honest, all right? Don't lie about anything. If you have applied for the Mandela Washington Fellowship before, I've seen many people making a mistake of saying, I've never applied. When they have applied, it's best to just tell the truth because they have all the data. They have all the data, and I mean that. So be as truthful as you can. Don't lie about your age. Don't lie about where you're from. Don't lie about the fact that you have applied before or not. Just try to be as honest and as simple as you can be. My second tip that I will give about the Mandela Washington Fellowship application is actually in the second section, which is a section that focuses so much on trying to see if you're a leader or not. That's the second section. It first opens with personal and professional statements. They'll ask you to give a personal statement and your accomplishment as a leader. And this is where most people mess it up. They just talk about what they do and what they have done and how good they are without stating how much of a leader they are. So they focus so much on all those things, neglecting the fact that the Mandela Washington Fellowship is a leadership program, and a leadership program focuses on leaders. So if you really can't show that you are a leader, if you can't show that you are leading people, that you're trying to be able to save your community from something, count yourself out. That's the reason why most fail to go through the Mandela Washington Fellowship, because they're so self-immersed in their own success. It shouldn't be like that. Talk about the problem that you are solving. Talk about how your product or how your project, how your organization is bettering the community, your environment, your society, your country at large. The interviewer wants to see how of an impact your project, or rather your work in general, is. How is it helping people? How is it making your environment better? How much of a leader are you? Leadership is about selflessness. So if you can't show that in your application, you are done. This isn't the place for you to brag about who you are and how much money you have, how much success you have. There's a difference between having success and having success for your community. When you're applying for the Mandela Washington Fellowship, know that your major interest isn't yourself. Your major interest is on the community, on the society, on your country. Let it be less of yourself and more of the people you're trying to serve. So you will receive various statements and quotes, maybe about Nelson Mandela. He says this, and then they ask you, how do you understand that? So all they're trying to do is just to see how much of a leader you are. Like I said, try to see or try to answer in a way that shows that you are selfless, in a way that shows that you are solving a problem for the betterment of your community, in a way that shows that there is track record that your community is becoming better because of your work. Your community is becoming better because of your organization. Your community is becoming better because of your company. Try to show that. But what happens if your company or your project or anything isn't making your community in any way better? Try to explain how you are going to restructure your policies, ways of operations, and spot the advantages that you can get, the opportunities that you can get to solve certain community programs or problems, may I say. Let's go to the third session, or the third section of the application. The third section of the application basically focuses so much on, the voluntary work. Like, it's very important. I call it the selfless work. How much selfless work do you do in your community? Because one of the characteristics of a leader is them being able to serve others without expecting anything in return. And that's what we call voluntary work. So how much of that do you do? How much of that have you ever done? Because it's going to count. This is when it's going to count. All those orphanages you were visiting, all the the community work you are doing without being paid for the betterment of your community entirely, this is where it's going to count. You have to list those. You have to put them there to show them that this isn't just about money. This isn't just about fame for me, but my interest is my community. Are you able to show that in your application? So, what is the Mandela Washington Fellowship looking for? They are looking for leaders. They are looking for people who are selfless, people who are able to serve the community through their different projects. They are looking for people who are open to work with others. They are not looking, quite right. Leadership can be in entrepreneurship, it can be in business, civic engagement, public management, and whatnot. But in all this, there can be selflessness. And that's what the Mandela Washington Fellowship is looking at. It's looking at people who are going to make the community better through their work. It can be business, it can be health, it can be anything. But as long as your work is able to benefit so much, your society and community and the country at large, you stand a very high chance. So I wish you all the best in your application. Please feel free to get in touch with me if at all you need more tips and whatnot, but I'm always here. Thank you very much.